Hey, this is video one for the Strategic Design Unit Notes. For this unit, you need to understand all rules and scoring for this year's VEX competition. You need to be able to develop a competition strategy, create a cost-benefit analysis, and understand the engineering design process. All right, so the game this year, it's called Nothing But Net. Some things that you need to find out on your own, either through the internet or through the pamphlets I have up here on my desk. You need to know how many scoring points there are. The dimensions of the field, whether or not there are any obstacles, how do you score points, what are the safety rules, what are the important general game rules, what are the important specific game rules, how is a tournament ran, and what are the robot rules. So those are things that I want you to look up uh, on your own. But you can find those resources online. You can find them, in the classroom, pretty much anywhere. All right, competition strategies. This is your playbook. This is going to be a plan to help you win matches. The plan must be easy to read, obey all rules, and should help your team score the maximum number of points. Something that's important is you never want to wing it. You want to know exactly what you're going to do before you try to go out and do it. So in your strategy, some things that you need to have. You need to have a list of actions for the robot to perform. You need to have questions. Uh, Two examples. So how would you play against a faster robot? How would you play the match if you're losing early in the match? There are more questions that you can ask, but these are just two examples. You may not have answers for them, and that's okay, but you do need to ask these type of questions. Something else you need to do is you need to get into scouting. What's important is that you get to choose your alliance after the preliminary. So you don't want to just go out and randomly pick a team. You want to know which teams you would choose if you get the choice to make that decision. So things to look for. Uh, First off, robot functionality. How does this robot move? Can it pick up different sized objects? That's not so important for this year's competition, but it could be important in the future. How does it score points? The robot's behavior is something else that you want to pay attention to. How many points do they score in a match? You might not be able to get an exact number, but you should be able to tell which robots score a lot of points. How does their robot start or end a match? What is their general strategy? And finally, when do they like to score points? What I want your team to do is to make up a scouting sheet, and then before the competition, email it to me or something, and that way I can print off copies. That way you guys can do some scouting during the match. I do not want every member of the team sitting around in the pit area. I want you out and about talking with other teams, finding out, you know, their robot's functionality and behaviors. Now for some roles. First off, we have the driver. Each team should have at least 2 people capable of operating the robot, preferably 3. Also, each team needs a leader, so we have our lead strategist. This is the person who decides the strategy. This lead strategist will be standing next to the driver during the match, guiding the driver. And this is the person who takes input from the scouts. Then we have the pit crew. These individuals will make fixes or improvements between matches. These people are going to observe the robot's performance during a match. And they're going to make modifications to the computer programming if it's needed. Everyone can be on the pit crew. The scouts then will gather detailed information about other teams. And the scouts are going to work with the lead strategist to make changes to the competition strategy. I would assume that what you would want to do is occasionally some people be members of the scouts, some people be members of the pit crew. The lead strategist can act as a scout, so can the driver. But everyone needs to be working carefully that you don't push all of the responsibilities onto one person. That's a little unfair. But everyone should be pulling their own weight as well. That concludes video 1.